Help support the Twitchiest community by downloading Guardian Tales, a top-down action RPG, by using the link in the description down below. If we reach 125 downloads and tutorial completions, we'll start another $500 giveaway. At 175 tutorials, we'll make that a $1,000 giveaway. And if we make it to 225 total downloads and tutorial completions, we'll do a full tier list for you guys. So go ahead and download it and start playing today. Hello everybody and welcome to your Ullr ADC guide. So Ullr right now, not actually as bad as he's been in the past. So Ullr has not really been loving the meta this year so much. He's had a little bit of a harder time. I still wouldn't say that he is fantastic right now, but I do think that he is viable. I think particularly the recent shifts that we have seen into Bluestone for ADCs, as well as the Transcendence buffs and that kind of non-crit build that a lot of people are starting to run, I do think has been beneficial for Ullr. So I do think he's actually in a much better spot meta-wise than he was like 3 months ago. So we're going to be starting off with our 1. It's the ability we're going to get at level 1, and it is also the ability we are going to max out first. It is our main lane clear with our arrow, and it is also our stun with our axe. So we're going to want to rank this up first for the PvP and the PvE damage, as well as, of course, the stun duration on the axe, which is very helpful. So Ullr is all about pressure. So we're going to try to get pressure here in the early game. If you're not getting pressure with the Ullr, then it's kind of like, why are you playing it? So I'm going to jump right in here. I'm just going to go right on this Izanami, go for this full combo. We've got the Woojer going for the combos. I've got Bluestones proccing, and we're going to be able to grab ourselves 2 quick kills there right off the bat by just jumping in and going super aggressive, utilizing the fact that we have so many abilities between Ullr and Umoja. There's no way that they can possibly contest that first wave, with the fact that we've basically got unlimited abilities right here at the start. That combined with the Bluestone, I'm of course proccing a bunch of different abilities with the Bluestone, so we're also getting a bunch of different damage from that as well. Now for our build is going to be pretty normal for the hunters right now. You're going to see a lot of this Transcendence boots Aussie style build that actually works really well on Ullr. Ullr has to have, oh, they already got the oracles. Ullr has to have the Transcendence because he is a hungry hippo when it comes to mana. I'm going to jump in on this Izanami here. This is a little bit risky, but I'm going to go follow up right there with the stun. Looks like Ullr himself is also going to follow up with the stun, and now we got to be careful because they've got the full clear from the archers, so we just got to chill out. But we will be getting our boots before Transcendence. Transcendence is a lot cheaper now. For those that don't know, they reduced the gold cost. So once you have that tier 1, it is only $18.50 instead of $2,000. So that's minus 150 gold on your Transcendence. And also, Aussie has slightly more power than it used to. That was also a fairly recent change. So you get a little bit more value out of that Aussie as well, because you're not actually going to go the Devo gloves on Ullr. In fact, you're not really building Devo gloves on any hunters right now. It's mostly this Transcendence build. Optional crit on a lot of hunters, but for Ullr, crit isn't really an option outside of metas where like the fail not style builds come into play, but it's kind of a okay item right now, so we're going to be sticking away from that. I'm just going to try to wait out until I can get my full boots. I want to back up and make sure I can get my boots. You do have the option of Ninja Tabi and Warrior Tabi on Ullr. This game I will be going Ninja Tabi in order to get a little bit more attack speed. You can embrace a full power build, right? Warrior Tabi with your Transcendence, maybe even go more ability based with stuff like a Hydra's Lament and whatnot.
Let's test the elements.
But I do think that Ullr benefits more. Right now, at least in the ADC role, maybe in the mid lane, you could get away with going it like more of a mage bursty build. But as far as being an ADC, you're better off going more of a traditional kind of hunter attack speed path right now. It will transition you much better into that late game. So I'm going to grab myself the full Ninja Tabai. I'm also going to get myself just a couple of wards to have out. The extra HP 5 and MP 5 from our Bluestone will keep me healthy, so I don't really need any potions. Making sure to use my 2 when I leave the base. You can also use your jump when you leave the base as well, just to help you get back to lane.
Let's test the elements.
So for our level order on Ullr, it is going to be 1, 3, 2, 4. So some people like to get the ultimate before, some people like to rank up the ulti before the 2 to max. That's okay. I don't have a problem with that. You're always going to max out your 1 and then your 3. Ullr's ultimate is weird. It's only a passive, so you don't actually really need to put points into it. You can already use your stance switch without any points into it. So you can just chill out and wait. I like to personally level up the 2 to max before the ulti because I like the bonus movement speed in the axe form, but also I stream and I find that I get ganked a lot, so that extra movement speed could save a life. The more aggressive play is typically to get the ultimate ranked up, so you get that passive attack speed on your bow and the passive lifesteal on your axe. But once again, for me, that is a 1, 3, 2, 4. But you can go 1, 3, 4, 2. Just make sure that no matter what you do, you get at least 1 point into your 2, so you can get that default movement speed and power from it. Just make sure you get that 1 point into it.
I can really go either way.
So on Ullr, what we're looking for is axes, axes, axes. The standard Ullr combo is going to be 1, 3, 1. So we're going to be starting off with a 1 in our axe stance. We're going to switch over to our bow, and we're going to do a little 3-1 proc right there. So you can see full combo, give or take 70% of Izunomi's health. Once again, that is starting an axe stance. We throw out the axe, that's 1. Then we switch stances, and we use 3-1. When you switch over to the bow stance, you want to make sure you use your 3 before the 1, because it just fires faster. So if I do 1, 3, you can kind of see how those animations chain together. That's not as efficient as chaining together the 3-1, which I'll try to show you right here as well, so you can see how they just are smoother to chain together. So if I go to do my 3-1, you can see by the time the 3 is like hitting the 4 right there,
I can really go either way.
the 1 is already coming out. So it's just a more efficient way to use that combo. 1, 3, 1. And now it's basically the entirety of the complications of Ullr. Ullr is not a super complicated character in terms of his kit. He's just more complicated in terms of hitting the axe. The axe is your entire kit. He is very, very similar to Thanatos in that matter. Well, Thanatos is about 80% scythe. Ullr is about 80% axe.
Let's test the elements.
So if you struggle to hit Ullr axe, you're probably gonna struggle with Ullr in general. If you find that you can consistently hit the axe, you're gonna be in a good spot. I'm gonna rotate to mid right now just a little bit. One thing that I would recommend on Ullr to help you with those axes is try not to look directly at the target that you want to fight an axe until you're ready to cast it. So a good way to make your axe a little bit easier to hit is by making it harder for the enemy team to actually dodge. By making it harder for them to dodge, you make your life easier on yourself. So if I wanted to, let's say, axe this scorpion. I'm gonna come back over to this scorpion. So, oh, I've got an Izanami right here. No, it's not gonna be a good example. If I wanted to go ahead and axe the scorpion, instead of looking at him
I can really go either
the
way.
entire time and being like, I'm gonna throw my axe at the scorpion, you're very clearly streamlining like, I'm gonna axe. I wanna look away and then whip around and use the axe on him. By looking a different direction, it doesn't have to be a full 180. It can be slightly to the left, it can be slightly to the right. Just don't look directly at your target because that's a dead giveaway that you're about to use your axe. Looking in a slightly different direction, they maybe think, oh, maybe he's thinking he's gonna get ganked. Oh, maybe he's gonna cast ability on a wave, whatever. You just don't necessarily want to look right at them until you're gonna be casting that axe. So like I can look over at the scorpion and then try to do a little whip over here onto the Izanami. You gotta actually land the axe. But as you can see, he didn't actually try to dodge it at all. I just straight missed. Makes your life a lot easier when all you have to worry about is missing, not the dodging and missing. Back it up, grab myself this Transcendence, and we're of course gonna start working on that Aussie. Also gonna grab myself a couple more wards to bring out. Looks like they're probably gonna do my purple, but that's okay. So Ullr's power is definitely in his mid game. His early game is pretty strong because you get those two abilities at level 2. You can go for the very early fight, but all the way up until about the mid game, you're basically just power spiking and power spiking and power spiking. I'm going to continue to chase towards this Izanami. I'm just going to jump right in. I know he's got to be back here somewhere. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to reach him. See if I can't maybe finish off this Fafnir instead. Maybe I can bait the Izzy to come back in and I use my 3 on him. Doesn't look like he's gonna be coming back this way though. Hopefully I can try to finish this guy off. There we go. Was kind of saving my 3 there just in case the Izanami tried to come back in and help out her support, but she did not. Speaking of Izanamis, my purple body. Now run! Did I steal the purple and not pick it up? Yes. Would I do it again? Also, yes. So on Ullr, the only other thing you've really got in your kit that you ever need to worry about is your 2 in your bow stance. Obviously, your 2 in your axe stance you are using to either catch up or run away from the enemy. Your 2 in your bow stance, though, will give you bonus power and a decent amount, up to 45 power. So you do want to actually be utilizing this ability in order to give yourself that bonus power, because it's going to enhance the damage that you're doing with your abilities. It's going to enhance the damage that you're doing with auto attacks. It's going to be very nice. As a general rule, because you're going to be starting in axe stance, right? Because you want to be throwing out the axe to start your combo. If you're going to use it, you're just going to start over here in your bow stance. You're going to pop it and then switch immediately over to your axe stance. Throw the axe and go through your combo. You can typically keep that bonus power for your full combination. So if you want to go for the full combo, this is a little bit more important to do later in the game. Once you've got your Transcendence online, if you try to do this in the early game, you're just going to burn right through your mana in like 1 second. But you pop your 2, you switch over, you axe, you switch back, you 3-1. You can see I've still got 1 second left on the bonus power to throw in an auto attack or 2. As far as auto attacking in between Ullr's combo, I would only auto attack in between the 1-3-1 combo if you're confident that your combo is not going to get the kill. So if I know for a fact that my 1-3-1 combo isn't going to get the kill, maybe I throw a couple of autos in there. You are risking the fact that they might have some diminishing return, meaning that they get out of your combo a little bit early and then you don't even land your full combo. But once you get this axe particularly ranked up, where you get that extra couple of, you get like an extra 0.3 seconds on the stun, you can go for an auto attack or 2 in between the combo. You can axe, switch over, 3 auto 1 right there. That's typically where you're going to get that bonus auto, is right in between that 3 and 1. If you have your left click basically held down, you will get a bonus auto within there. Anything outside of that tends to get a little bit clunky. So once again, for that on Ullr, we're going to be starting with our 2. Then we switch over to the axe stance. Try to hit him right there with the combo. I actually can't switch back over, so I'm just going to stay right here as an axe man and just use my Aussie proc and just kind of sit around, get out of that Fafnir nonsense combo. If he's going to try to jump for me, I'm going to try to jump over his jump. Doesn't look like he's going to. He's actually going to very smartly use his melee stun. His 1 stun instead of his jump stun, because he knew I was going to try to jump over it. But luckily, I'm just going to sit there on my axe stance. Don't have to worry about hitting ranged autos or nothing. And I'm going to be able to get 2 Aussie procs, actually, in one fight, which is going to heal me right back on up the full. So for characters that we like having on our team with Ullr, we just want to be paired with a support that I would consider a fighter. Ullr's got that early game to mid game fight, which means you don't really want to pair him with a late game support. The Gebs of the world, not really going to make a big difference for Ullr. Ullr wants to fight early. So grab yourself a Sobek, grab yourself a Ymir, a Umoja, somebody that can either lane clear really good with you so you can go for the fights, or somebody that's just outright got a lot of good PvP abilities, a lot of CC, help set up for you. Maybe you even get somebody that can, maybe like an Athena taunt, so she can set up the axe for you, so you don't even have to worry about hitting the axe that much. It just comes right to you. All of that is going to work out well. You just don't want anybody super passive. I don't like the Ganesh. I don't like the Geb. Anybody that's going to kind of give up the lane a little bit more. No point. Might as well abuse the fact that Ullr is really strong early. Now, this is not to say that you're useless in the late game, of course. But you will drop off in the late game compared to other hunters in your general damage output. Especially if the enemy hunter is rocking a crit. So if they've got a late game hunter like a Rama or something and they're rocking crit, you will definitely notice that you're not hitting as hard as them. So just kind of keep that in mind while you're going about. I gotta be very careful here. The entire team is here. I'm trying to get out. Unfortunately, there was not really a good way for me to get out of that one once I got myself into that mess. We're gonna be working on Executioner as our next item. I can actually probably sell this ward and I'll have enough for Executioner by the time that I spawn. Get myself a lot of penetration off of this. And then by the time we get to our next item, it might just be ranking up Bluestone o'clock. Now, for the gods that we do not like to go against, number 1 is going to be a Wheelix. A Wheelix is going to be able to pull us out of our jump. A lot of our safety on Ullr comes from the fact that we have a fantastic hunter movement ability. It's both good, aggressive, and defensive. Good to use when you're about to go in, when you need to get away. But a Wheelix kind of ruins that for us, because we have to preemptively bees before we do it if we want to actually get away from an Wheelix, because our ultimate, of course, will pull us out of our leap, which is a disaster. So you want to be careful about a Wheelix. Outside of that, in general, you just want to keep your eyes out for too many abilities that would be really good against you because you don't have CC immunity. What I mean by that is, I mean abilities like Ares ult, where Ares ult isn't that problematic if you're, say, an Anhurt, right? Because you've got a CC immune ulti. But if you're an Ullr, you have to use your bees every time. It gets very, very risky, very, very fast. So I'm going to try to get myself in towards this fight, looking at the Wheelix in the backline. Going to hit him with the axe. Unfortunately, going to get a little phantom hit on that axe, which is a bummer. So I'm going to try to move myself back in towards this fight a little bit more. I do have the Executioner finished up, so I do pretty good damage. even onto the tanks. There was no Ullr coming around the back, so I'm going to kind of shoot out towards it that way, see if she is over there. Looks like she's come back around towards us to the right. So I'm sitting back, waiting for my axe right here, just waiting for a good target, but we got to keep out of the range of this Agni poke. Holy cow. He does have his beads up. Got to pop my beat and my jump. I don't know if Ullr has her ultimate up or not, but I had to preemptively pop my beat anyway, so it didn't end up mattering that much right there. And I'm just going to go back and look for some more farm. So anybody that has those abilities that are CC oriented that are going to be really annoying for you, and right off the top of my head, it's mostly that a Wheelix and Ares combo, but anybody that their kit kind of works like that, where you're going to be getting pulled or some sort if you don't have beads up. Ullr's biggest deficit is the fact that because he doesn't have a traditional ult, he doesn't come with any CC immunity like a lot of the other hunters do. Guppy isn't on me out of stealth right here, so I'm going to kind of walk this way, see if he's coming towards his purple. Doesn't look like he's going to get very greedy right there. He's going to back out, so that's fine. So on Ullr, our target prioritization, we would love to make it a squishy. All game long, the enemy hunter is typically going to be a good target for us. Our 1-3-1 combo should burn through most of their health. It won't be nearly as efficient against the tanks, but we are going to have some anti-tank in our kit with the pen right now that we're getting through Executioner and Aussie. And we're also going to get that Bluestone ranked up, which is also going to give us some of that percent HP damage. Unfortunate time for him to stop and bomb right there. Really good Ninja ulti. Hopefully a little... Oh! I was about to say, hopefully a little 3-1 combo would do it, but it's not going to. I'm going to have to go ahead and pop my Aegis right there to avoid that combo. But now I'm going to go back in on this Fafnir. Really good Umoja ulti. Should hopefully let us pick up this Fafnir. That was a good Wheelix positioning. I'm going to go over towards the Gold Fury. Now, one thing that I have not touched on Ullr yet, that might be the most important thing that I can't believe I forgot about. The number one thing that everybody forgets about on Ullr, which is using your abilities on Ullr causes minus cooldown or plus cooldown. I don't know which way to phrase that on your other abilities. So what I mean by that is watch my 2 right now in my axe stand. You can see the other ability. Every time you use an ability in the opposing stance, it is going to reduce the cooldowns of all of your abilities in the other stance by 1 second. This also means that in general, Ullr stacks really well with CDR. So if I throw my 3 and my 1 on cooldown right here in this camp, and then I switch it over, you can see now 10 seconds, 10 seconds. If I throw out my axe, minus 1 second. If I jump, minus 1 second each. Pop my 2, minus 1 second on each. They're already back up again. Basically, think about it as like sitting in Discordia's 3, where you're getting all of that CDR. Same concept with Ullr. So now I'm gonna get myself this Bluestone brooch, and at the very end here, I do want myself a little bit more CDR would be preferential, but I'm actually gonna get myself this game another pen item, because I think that this Arthur is going to be extremely problematic for me as we move it into the later stages. He has a lot of physical defenses, so as much as I would like to get something here like a Hydra's and go for those big pops, I do think I'm probably gonna need the bonus physical penetration to help out with this Arthur, who, as you can see, is a big problem right now. So I need to get out of the range of this Wheelix. They're gonna run down, probably get this tower, but I just need to be careful that I'm not too close to the Wheelix, because if I try to jump away, now I think you can see this damage right now that I'm getting on the Arthur, not too shabby at all. I'm gonna try to jump out of this one. Looks like the Wheelix will not be able to reach me, and we do force the beads on Agni as well. So this extra penetration at the end of the game is going to help a lot. Another great item to get right here on Ullr is also an oboe. Because we've got this very power-heavy build, an oboe tends to be very good at getting more damage out into the fights. But once again, I am mostly concerned right now about this Arthur. Speak of the devil. I feel like I heard an Agni over here using his bombs. So I'm just going to keep chasing over here. It looks like there he is. See if I can't find him. I know those beads are down. Maybe he tries to lazy back right there in the lane. Nope. Turns out he has this warded the entire time, and he also has his Izanami with him. So not going to be able to go quite as aggressive as I would have liked. But if he backs and the Izanami stays, maybe I can find something. Nope, she's also going to back out. Going to play it very safe. No opportunities for any pickoffs. Alright, here at the end of the game, now they've got Fire Giant. They do have one Phoenix down. Luckily, it is the right-hand side Phoenix, which is the Phoenix we would prefer them to have down. And now we gotta sit back out of Phoenix line and go for some defenses. Probably should also help the team get out some defensive wards. So we've got a better position when they actually come to attack us. Gonna get a regular ward down in the middle lane just to see them for vision, and then I'm actually gonna get a sentry ward down in between our left Phoenix and middle Phoenix, because they're definitely gonna go for one of those two Phoenixes next. So either way, we'll have the positioning on either the left-hand side of the mid Phoenix or the right-hand side of the left Phoenix. They warded just outside of our left-hand Phoenix. I'm gonna try to make sure I've got mid pushed up, and it looks like Fafnir's actually jumping right in. They're going very aggressive on this, using a lot of Agni bombs over the wall, even without them necessarily having the creeps here. So this is not a horrible situation for us. Fafnir took a lot of unnecessary damage right there. Now, speaking of unnecessary, our Arthur is way out right now, too far. He does not need to be this far. So we're just going to try to peel for him right there. We're going to get a lot of damage onto the Arthur, and hopefully we can try to finish him off with like a 3 and a Umoja combo. Not going to be able to do it now. The team needs to be real careful right now. Izanami has crit, so we got to be very consciously aware of that. We're going to get the Magi's down. Jeez, right there. I'm going to pop my abilities as fast as I can just to get the cooldowns going. So right there, I wasn't actually aiming at anybody. I was just spamming my abilities because I needed to get the cooldown back up on my jump so I could get out of that one before I died. A lot of times on Ullr, you'll see people just like spamming abilities on the floor. It's like, what are they doing? They're wasting their mana. No, they're trying to get their abilities back up. Traditionally, they're getaway abilities because they're panicking and they're just trying to get away. But at the end of that fight, we're going to get our right Phoenix back up. Fire Giants are going to be respawning. We did what we needed to do on the defense. Now I need to get myself back over to that left-hand side really quick, because I need to go grab myself that purple buff. I'm going to finish up my Titan's Bane. I'm going to grab myself a Sentry Ward, and I'm going to really quickly try to run over and get this purple buff before the team fight starts a fire. Now they're seeing me over here, so I'm trying to shove out one more wave as well, which means they might just go immediately shove fire. Unfortunately, they've already taken the purple too. That is a bummer. So I'm gonna see if we can't get positioned over here. Looks like they might already do the fire now. We don't have anybody in position. We don't have any wards out. Looks like we're probably just gonna have to give up that Fire Giant once again. So now we just need to retreat and we need to defend right lane. Now this is going to be a hard defense. They've got fire again. This is a half HP Phoenix. But Izanami was over in mid. Looks like they're going to counter ward that right there. If the Izanami actually walks right to me, shoot. That Arthur rotating over really just saved his Izanami. Because she was about to walk right into a lot of danger. Speaking of a lot of danger, I cannot turn around because I can't get knocked up by the Wheelix right there. I'm going to quickly rank up my actives while I'm just walking back because they're about to come back as well. Forced a little Arthur combo. If we can kill the Fafnir here in the back, this is not a horrible trade. A little 1-for-1 Arthur for Fafnir. Need to make sure we kill those creeps so they don't have a lot of creeps. Izanabi's dash is down. I'm going to look outside this left really quick just to see if I can't get him to panic on that door. Go for a little stun combo. Now I need to focus on clearing this wave. As long as they don't have the wave, we should be in an okay spot. That is Agni's dash down the left-hand side. Maybe I can rotate over, try to help him out a little bit. No such luck, but they still haven't actually taken a Phoenix, which is very nice. Although they do have all of the vision outside of our base right now, which we need to do a little bit better on for sure. I'm just trying to use my combo right now. Of course, I'm poking. Not going to get a whole lot of poke out of that. And now this is going to be a really kind of impossible situation for us to defend. We're going to have to let that right Phoenix go back down again. What we really don't want to lose here is that mid Phoenix on top of this all. Yeah, unfortunately with the Wheelix, they are going to have so much damage. So we're not going to be able to stop it. I got to pop my Aegis right here. We are going to be able to get her. I think we have to actually run out and fight this right now. With them having 2 Phoenixes down, that's going to put a lot of pressure on us. So we need to just try to find any way back into this one. Go out pretty aggressively. Maybe we can get another kill onto the Fafnir or something. Get a nice delayed death time. To get a pick up on the Izanami. Gonna stun on the Fafnir. No reset for Arcilla, but we are getting at least a lot of their fire giants off right now. Call for the attack the Gold Fury. They don't have any creeps over by our Titan. So we can just go ahead and grab that. Now it's not over yet, but 2 Phoenixes down is definitely definitely a harder situation than an easier situation to be in. But we do have most of their fire giants down, which is going to give us a fighting chance here defending left Phoenix.
An ingenious item.
So the game is probably not going to go long enough for me to get a speed pot and get a 6 item, so I'm just going to go ahead and get myself a red pot for a little bit of that bonus damage action. And I'm going to make sure that I've got 2 wards out right here over in our jungle, just so we have those defensive ward, 1 on left, 1 on right. At this point, a lot of our cash should just be getting dumped into vision. Now we have to keep mid and right pushed out, and we can look for a quick pick, but unfortunately I don't have my beads up for 20, so it is gonna be a bit of a tall task here. I don't hate the idea of looking for a pick in the jungle, but they kind of know that we're all around here looking for it.
Ward here.
Oh, I gotta get myself away from that one. My beats are back up now, so I can get away with that at least a little bit more. Looked like Fafnir was maybe backing. A Wheelix backed off of this one. They're backing off completely. We're gonna need to back off as well and re-buy up some more wards. We are keeping a good presence though over by the fire giant, and because it's the mid and right hand side, not the left hand side where we lost the Phoenix, we're actually keeping these waves pushed up as well, because now this is the enhanced fire giant. It's after 30 minutes. Giving up the enhanced fire giant is a hard thing to do. So if we can get in there and look for the fight, That would be fantastic. I do have an Ullr right behind me. This is kind of awkward, but she missed her combo. So I'm gonna go try to steal the fire, and it looks like we are not quite gonna get it. Wow. That must have been so close. We really just kind of have to keep looking at this Ullr. She's just W king back at us. Pop my beads. I'm gonna get myself out of here. Really unfortunate that we didn't get that fire giant, and that is probably gonna go ahead and be the game right there. Can't imagine that we're gonna get out from underneath that one, but that was the right idea. I mean, we had the mid and the right waves pushed out, so we had the opportunity to go for it. Fire giant got down to like 5% HP. I'm not 100% sure if we ended up getting everybody there in time, or if a couple of people ended up backing, but contesting the enhanced fire giant in that situation was the right play. We just unfortunately didn't get it. We couldn't get our Scylla, it seems, in range of the fire. We did try to take it with the Ullr combo, but honestly, I'm not even sure with the Ullr combo or with the Scylla combo if we would have even been able to get that. But at the end of the day, use your 1-3-1 combo from the Ullr axe into bow stance 3-1. As your standard combo, you want to put a lot of pressure in the early and mid games because you will drop off as a late game hunter compared to the other hunters, particularly if people are buying themselves crit, guys. And that is our Ullr ADC guide. Thank you for supporting the Twitchiest community. If you'd like to see more videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel and always hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thank you for all your support and have a Twitchin' day, y'all.